All right, everyone. This is Jeff Salzenstein, and I have a great guest today. His name is Sam Groth. He's 24 years old. He's currently training in Melbourne, Australia. And if any of you follow tennis, you know that Sam Groth has one of the biggest serves in the world. And I've been very fortunate that I tracked him down. He's in Korea right now, and he's willing to spend some time with us today to talk about one of the most amazing feats that it's taken over the tennis world this past week. So Sam, welcome to the call, and thanks so much for doing this interview.
No worries. Thanks for having me, mate.
Yeah, well, first of all, Sam, before you get into one of the most amazing records that has ever been broken, it's like breaking the speed record with a 100-meter track. Tell me a little bit about your background, where you're from, what you're ranked, what you've been up to the last couple years, what your goals are. Just let everybody know a little bit about yourself.
So I guess I'm 24 years old right now. I'm sort of just making a bit of a comeback to tennis. I probably played maybe 8 events since I started coming back. I had 8 months off last year after having shoulder surgery last April. I think my ranking sits right now about 340, but that'll go up next week. I started the year about 800, so I've actually had a really good start to coming back. I grew up in country New South Wales, about 3 hours north of Melbourne. Grew up playing Aussie rules footy as well as tennis, and sort of had to make a decision between the two when I was about 16, 17 years old, and chose tennis. And it's a tough slog out there, but I really enjoy what I'm doing.
Well, just taking a quick look at you, it looks like you could have been a superstar in the NFL or in Aussie rules football. Were you always a big farm boy, or did this come on later in life?
So I was from the country, but I wasn't on a farm. I wouldn't call myself a farm boy. But
All right.
no, I mean I was never that big. I sort of had a bit of a growth spurt when I was 15. I think I went through about six shoe sizes in a year at one stage. But no, I actually went and played when I had my shoulder surgery last year and had a bit of time off. I went and played a bit of Aussie rules footy again last year and was sort of tossing up whether I was going to keep doing that or come back to tennis. So,
well, we're certainly glad that you stayed in the sport of tennis. So take us through what you have done in the last week. At the time of this airing of this video, or the time that we're taping this, it's May 2012, and you have taken the ATP serve record by storm, completely obliterating it. Tell us about that experience this past week.
Yeah, I mean, so I've always known I've had a pretty big serve. I mean, but obviously playing at Challenger level, you don't have a lot of opportunities to have something recorded. And then this week in Busan, in Korea, I was playing a 75 plus H Challenger and was lucky enough that FlightScope were doing all the IT for the event. So FlightScope do all the PDAs for the ATP live score. They run all the live score apps as well as the radars at most of the tour events. Kind of the setup they had here was the same as what they had at Houston this year. So, went out there and got new balls in the second set and managed to throw one down the tee at 263. So I sort of stopped and looked at it. My opponent stopped and looked at it, and there was a bit of quiet. And then the crowd sort of broke out a little bit, and a few people that were there watching. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I lost the match. That's probably the biggest disappointment. It's great to get the record and everything like that, but I mean, in the end, you're out there to try to win matches. But
sure,
I guess it's something that anytime you have that it's a record. I mean, not many people can say they have the fastest or the best thing in the world, and at the moment, I can say that. So
well, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I played on the tour for 11 years, and in 1997, I played in the U.S. Open. I played Michael Chang in the second round. He was 2 in the world, and I'm on the gun, and I'm hitting 125, 124, 125, and everyone's like, "Gosh, this guy has this absolute bomb." Give us an idea of what 263 is, because most of our viewers are from America. They hear 263, they're trying to get their calculators out. Break that down into speed in miles per hour.
I think it's 163.4, something like that.
Yeah, we're not talking about, race cars here. This is a 163 mile an hour serve. And you did a couple more of them in that match that were very close to that speed, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact calculation in miles. I hit one 250 that same game down the tee, first point of that game at love all, and then the one I hit was actually at 30 love. But yeah, I think I hit a couple. I mean, I don't know in miles, but like 255. I think I hit 3 serves for the match that actually broke the record.
So the bottom line, the bottom line is the previous record was set by Ivo Karlovic. Is that right?
Yeah.
And he's probably in the 155 mile an hour range. You went to you said 165 or 163?
163, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like you barely broke this record. I mean, you shattered it, and you know, basically have set the bar. Like the 4-minute mile, Roger Bannister breaking the 4-minute mile. Everybody did it. Maybe we'll see a few more people do 160. I think it's going to be tough. There aren't that many guys out there that can do what you do. But you know, have you ever been on a speed gun before, where you had a chance to see how fast your serve was?
Yeah, I mean, I played